Hey, Rob from Order 42 here, and today we're going to be talking about The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf, a new animated movie over on Netflix. So, The Witcher. Yeah. Prequel? Let's talk about it. The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf is a Netflix anime film focusing on the character of Vesemir in the Witcher universe. Escaping from poverty to become a Witcher, Vesemir slays monsters for coin and glory, but when a new menace rises, he must face the demons of his past. The movie stars Theo James, McDonnell, Lara Pulver, and Graham McTavish. I assume that the people that are watching this video are, adults, right? This is a very adult show. It's not something that just because it's animated, people think, oh, well, the kids. No, this is not for kids. I mean, there is a little bit of nudity. I mean, it's not like super in your face, kind of like the Witcher series is, but the man, the violence in this is it's shocking and kind of cool and awesome. But it probably would it probably would give kids nightmares. For whatever reason, I could never get into the Witcher games. I just couldn't. As many times as I've heard that it was just, oh, it's just a classic game and you've just got to play this game. I just could never get into it. And I think I've bought it like 3 different times and I just can't get into it. I was like, oh well, maybe this time will be the time when I get into it. Just could never do it. But anyway, yeah, when I heard that Henry Cavill was cast as Geralt in the Witcher series for Netflix, I was like, cool. I like Henry Cavill. Maybe this is my way to get into The Witcher finally. And yeah, I mean, it was okay. It was okay. So yeah, with this, when I heard about this, it was actually Longshot from the Discord that told me that I should check it out, and I was like, I'm not sure about this. I mean, The Witcher's okay, and sure, I'm probably gonna watch the second season, but I don't know. Is this gonna be a good thing? Yeah, it's pretty good. Before we get into the story stuff, let's get into some of the technical stuff. The one thing that sort of it's something that it seems like anything animated these days, there's just this mixture of CG and traditional like animation, and that's always something that it immediately takes me out of it. When you've got all of this weird CG in these action scenes, it takes me out of the experience because it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel natural to do that. And the reason that I say traditional style animation or traditional like animation is because this is still done in a computer, right? You can tell that it's still being done in a computer. It's not like traditional cell animation. But I prefer that. I prefer that to throwing in all of this CG all the time. It's a weird thing that it's a lot of studios. It's not just this studio, and it's not just anything on Netflix. It's a lot of different studios have done this in the past, and it's always something that it's jarring to me. I don't know about anybody else, but I watch Netflix usually on my Apple TV in the living room with the 5.1 surround sound system, right? I mean, it's how I choose to watch this stuff. And I will say this movie was aggressively mixed, like super aggressive. And I don't know if anybody else has experienced it, but the surrounds were so loud at some points where I was like, is there something wrong with my system? I mean, it forced me to recalibrate my surround sound system, and lo and behold, yeah, it wasn't my surround sound system. I think it's just a very, very heavy mix, aggressive mix on the surround sounds, and I'm curious if anybody else experienced that or noticed it, or if it was just yeah, it's fine. I don't know. For me, it was distracting. I feel like all of the voice actors did a tremendous job here. I mean, I think Theo James is someone that I don't remember where I saw him first, but he was always a person that he just had charisma to me. And so I was always looking forward to what he would be doing next, and I hadn't really heard a lot about him. And of course, he was in Castlevania series for Netflix, and he's in this as Vesemir, and I really, really enjoyed what he did in this role. And then you have Graham McTavish, who was also in Castlevania for Netflix. But he's great in it. Mary McDonnell is like, wow, where's Mary McDonnell been? I really enjoyed her. I mean, I guess in the 90s, when she was doing a lot of movies back then, but yeah, I think she was great. Laura Pulver was great. It was I really really enjoyed this show or movie. Let's get it right, Rob. I was really surprised at how invested I got into watching this. I mean, the characters were great, and I think that there was something about the way that everything was presented. It just made me really really interested in what was going to happen next. And maybe it's the kind of jumping around in time and sort of I really really enjoyed this. I think it was great. And I it actually made me interested in possibly watching the Witcher series, the live action series again, just so I can, take with me some of the things that I've seen in this movie now. I would say yes. If you're a fan of the Witcher, of course, this is like to me, this is must watch. You have to watch this. And even if you're not, give this a shot. I think this was a really, really well made movie that I mean, it did its job. I mean, 80 minutes. It's like only 81 minutes, but man, I really, really enjoyed it. I kind of want to watch it again, to be honest. I guess I'd probably give this like a 3.25 out of 4 stars. I mean, like I said, some of the technical issues sort of take away some points from me, but for the most part, I really really enjoyed this, and like I said, very recommended. So, The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf. Have you seen this, and what did you think about it? I mean, did you enjoy it as much as I did? Because I was, like I said, I was shocked at how much I was enjoying it. So yeah, let me know down below what you think about it, and we'll talk about it. So, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.